Now, you are arguably one of the best self-promoting filmmakers I've seen online, from your work on Unsplash to your YouTube channel, to your Instagram, to all the things you do. And one of the reasons I wanted to have you on was so you could help filmmakers understand the importance of marketing themselves and of their projects. So what tips do you have for them?
Yeah, I mean, as a filmmaker, it's like, you're a freelancer or a filmmaker, like you gotta find work, you know what I mean? Especially I think in a day and age where more and more people are getting access to cameras and becoming filmmakers or videographers or content creators or whatever, like you need to stand out and be creative about how you get yourself in front of people's eyes. And that's like marketing, and like marketing yourself. Like you have to do things, whether it's you physically like emailing people every day or like reaching out to people or manually doing it or doing it in creative ways on like Instagram, YouTube or whatever to have people stumble across you. Like you have to like take action, especially with, like I said today, and creating a brand for yourself is super important. Creating that kind of visual brand that people like can connect to, that's more than just like your name. You know what I mean? I think that's why Buff Nerds like has always been such a unique thing. Is like on my YouTube channel, it was my YouTube channel, became my production company. People know me as the Buff Nerd. Like I'll be called out in public as the Buff Nerd. Like people know a lot of the artists that were on that YouTube channel as like starting out on the Buff Nerds, and like people were like, yo, you should make it a music label. But like the brand like helped me promote and market myself, and also think creatively about like content, when I'm putting out there for Instagram, for like, I'm Buff Nerds, right? So Instagram, Buff Nerds Media. Like if I'm gonna think, okay, let me take two giant reds with huge lenses and curl them, and like, put it on Instagram, and like this is how real filmmakers train, Buff Nerds Media. Like that's a creative way to like get yourself out there. People are gonna laugh, they're gonna tag their friends, they're gonna share it, all those things. So you gotta be able to think creatively in that sense of like, okay, but having a brand can also help do that a lot. So rather than just like your name, I mean, that same content would have worked with just my name, but being known as the Buff Nerd and the production company Buff Nerds Media, it just kind of all fits in together. And yeah, I don't know, marketing yourself, especially in today's world, is just super important. You gotta get your work and your name out in front of people's eyes, because there's so many people now,